Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching What is Good. I am Jade if you're new here, and welcome to my live. Welcome to another episode of the Royal Rumble, the Royal Family Rumble. Like, this entire situation is just getting so messy. Like, it's already messy from the beginning. It has just really gotten worse and worse and worse. And as usual, and this is just my opinion anyway, I am inclined to believe that the royal family are going based off of what their public want when it comes to the handling of Meghan and Harry's situation. You know, so I don't know if you guys have heard this, but the royal family basically disinvited Meghan and Markle, Meghan and Harry to what is called a Buckingham Palace reception, and basically they uninvited Meghan and Markle. So, according to reports, they were first invited. Maybe it was something that was sent out pre, before the death of the Queen or whatever, but they were invited. And so later on, they found out what was even sad. I mean, I've seen so many arguments from people saying, well, this event is supposed to be for the working royals and blah, 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 blah. That's all well and good. That's fine. I mean, protocol is protocol. I can respect that, but why couldn't they just send these people like a private message, telling them, we know that we may have sent you an invitation before, but a lot has changed, or given the fact that you guys are it was a mistake. What we sent you, it was a mistake. So we want you to know, because this event is supposed to be for the working royals. So you guys are, because you guys are not working royals, and you're going to be meeting all these world leaders or whatever. So it's not necessary for you to come. Matter of fact, it is not required for you guys to come, because you guys are not working royals. I can totally respect, but they didn't do any of that. Guess what they did? They made a public announcement at the same time as everybody else, meaning you and I, commoners that we are, according to them, Meghan and Harry only got to find out the exact same time that we found out. Meghan and Harry got to find out about their disinvite the same time as the rest of us. Can you imagine the disrespect? Can you imagine the disrespect? I honestly believe that the decision to uninvite them, to disinvite them, was a last minute decision, because they did not know, they did not realize that the public were going to be so welcoming to Harry and Meghan, because they have poisoned so much the minds of the people. So they were expecting Harry and Meghan to get like a cold shoulders or whatever. And because they wanted to act as if, oh, we were just extending an olive branch to you, because we want the entire world to see that, we are a family after all, no matter what has happened. We can still put aside our differences or whatever. And then they were expecting that Meghan and Harry were going to get a lot of cold shoulders. But then when that did not happen, when instead what happened was people being so welcoming, other than that crazy lady who decided to show the world just how vindictive she is, everybody else were pretty much as receptive to her. Even you could see in the video that went viral, people were stretching forth their hands to like shake hands with Meghan. They were very warm and very welcoming, and because for the most part, people don't believe the lies that are being told about Meghan and Harry. Most people don't believe it. Even people in the UK, most of them don't believe it. That is the reason why the media works so hard. That is the reason why the firm works so hard, using their media giant to continue to attack this woman. If whatever they were trying to do, if the attack they were trying to attack Meghan all this time, all these years, if it was effective, they would not have continued to go so hard in their attempt to attack Meghan. But they continue to pounce on it because nothing that they have done has really worked. And if they're being completely honest, and these are people who rely heavily on statistics, on polls, and everything, come to find out, in spite of all the things that they have said, nothing has worked. They have gone to different, they have sponsored different programs in different continents to try and bring Megan down, and none of it has worked. Even in a recent podcast that Megan did that went viral, where she talked about how it was only after she was married into the royal family, that she began to understand that people started treating her like a black woman, that before this time she was never treated, because she's very, very racially ambiguous. Like, when you look at Megan, if you don't know her background, you will never think that she's a mixed race with black. You would think she's white passing, and she can also um pass for any other exotic person. So she was telling her truth, that not until she married Prince Harry, and the racist really began to highlight the fact that she is a mixed race woman, that her mother is black, that was when she actually started to experience the kind of racism. And some people, which, first of all, I think the media blew that whole thing more than it needed to be, you know. But then there were people who felt like, oh, so she was enjoying being racially ambiguous until it actually affected her. But that's not what Megan said at all. Megan understand that racism, because some people were trying to say that, oh, she doesn't believe, like, she never felt racism. Megan talks, there are videos from past, even before she met Harry, where she talks about the kind of disrespect, the kind of racism that her mother faced as a black woman. She has never, ever, ever pretended or acted as if racism didn't exist, or the trauma of being a black woman. She talks at length on many occasions of her mother's experience, and some of it she witnessed herself. So, anyways, even in spite of the backlash, people blew that whole thing out of proportion. But come to find out, a poll that was conducted by one anti Meghan Markle publication still found that majority of Americans still support Meghan. They were dumbfounded by that report. They were dumbfounded by it, because they never expected that people will still be so drawn to her, in spite of what they have tried to do over the past couple of years. But they were really shocked to see that, in spite of everything that they have done, Megan continues to be very well liked, very, very popular when it comes down to likability, and the public support has always, has never waned. It has always continued. So they know this. And I'm talking about polls because I know that the royal family, with all of these things that is going on, they are actively conducting polls to see people's reaction, to see how people are, the reception that people are getting from Meghan. And they know that, based on the poll numbers, a lot of the British people, they still embrace Meghan. They still love Meghan. They love that she attended. And so now they've now, you know, escalated their attack to public humiliation. Now they want to publicly humiliate them, you know. They want to, now the gloves are off. Now they really want to show that they don't like her. Now it's not, they're not even trying to pretend anymore. Like I said, protocol is protocol. If they are no longer working royals, that's fine, you know. And if this event was only meant to be attended by working senior royals, that's all well and good. But why couldn't you guys just send them an email or call them up and let them know of the changes? Why did you have to publicly humiliate them like that? That they only found out about it at the same time as everybody else did. Why would you do that? What kind of because you're jealous, which is what started all of this. If you remember very well, the reason why Meghan and Harry got to a point where Harry was like, I have to do everything to protect my wife, something that his father never did for his mother. I have to do everything to protect my wife, to make sure that she's okay. And so I am going to leave. We are going to leave this toxicity behind, and we are going to start a new life in America or wherever. Their initial plan was to go to Canada, but because there is a lot of influence in Canada with regards to the Queen and everything, the royal family, and it just wasn't doable because at some point the media in Canada became so biased, you know. The fame in the royal family got to the media in Canada. And so Canada, yeah, that used to be like a really decent, respectable, decent country, became just as vile as the English people. And so they made a decision that, okay, now we're going to the United States. We're going to California, because once you're there, everybody pretty much mind their own business, the kind of vulnerability that they would have had in Canada or in the UK. They don't have that in the US. So they chose that they were going to go to the US, which I am so thankful for. It was a wise decision that Harry made and Meghan supported. So it's all of that to say, this royal family, they care a lot about public perception, and they care a lot. The minute Meghan and Harry came and people were so supportive, and they saw the support that Harry and Meghan got from the British people, all of a sudden nobody cares anymore about William and Kate. Kate is always so cold anywhere, so distant and so dry. I don't care how many times some of you pro hate lovers or whatever try to shove Kate down people's throats. At the end of the day, at her very core, she's a cold ass person. And that's me putting it nicely. She is a cold ass person. Kate, she is cold as ice. Like you can see, a lot of you have this veil on. A lot of you have this veil on because you're so anti Meghan, because you hate Meghan so much. You can't even bring yourself to actually see just how cold Kate is. So once they saw all of this and they saw the reception, especially the video that went viral of Megan communicating with the 14-year-old girl, and just to see the love that she received, they went on an attack. And now they want to go back to that place where they want to show people that they don't like these two. They are only here. They don't, now that the funeral is over, it's time for them to go. They are not welcomed because they see that a lot of people have seen Meghan. A lot of people really saw Meghan, and just how humble and just how sweet she is.